Do you have no tablet just laying around? You know, something like this right here. You don't use it no more, and you know, you don't really forgot about it, but yet you want to do something with it. Or let's say you have a cell phone in a drawer, you know, just laying around somewhere. I mean, because you upgraded your phone and you didn't trade yours in because you knew that it was worth more, so you kept a hold of it, and this is laying around in a drawer. Or you went on Amazon and bought a little screen, and you really want to know what you can actually do with these. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to hit myself in the head. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use that tablet as a monitor, or that cell phone as a monitor, or that extra screen, or as sensor panel, or use, you know, the tablet as a portable screen. Say you're going on a car trip and you have a Fire Stick. You can plug the Fire Stick in, hotspot your Fire Stick, get all the apps. If you sideload apps or whatever, put everything here on the tablet as you're going down the road. Put it on the headrest behind the seat, and you have plenty of entertainment for your kids. Again, like I said, the sensor panel is what I use mine for. It's a big old 11-inch sensor panel right here instead of having a little bitty small one. All right, how we doing? I'm Thomas with Tomology. All right, so first thing first is we're gonna need a couple of things. So one, if you have a newer, like Android 11 or newer, grab you a video capture card like this one right here with USB-C on it. Okay, this one out here will work. If you're on an older, so say your tablets or old phone's been sitting in the drawer for years. Even this one right here, the one that I have out, it's not even, I think it's Android 9, I believe. It might be 8. I think it's 9 though. And it's updated to the latest. I'm actually gonna, if I can redo a whole new Android on here and unlock it myself, then I will. But anyways, then you need to get you a USB-A to HDMI video capture card. These right here are like 10-15 bucks on Amazon. They're real cheap. If I can remember, I'll put the links down to these two in the description. And then you'll need a USB-A to USB-C adapter. So this is for your USB-A video capture card. That way you can put this and put it into the USB-C of your phone. If your tablet or phone has a micro, then you're going to need a USB-C to micro USB-C for your adapter on that aspect. So that's what you need as far as equipment goes. Other than that, you don't need no other equipment besides your tablet or old phone. Now, as far as apps, you need two apps. One is Space Desk, which is right here up on the screen. And the other one will be, it's called USB Camera. And you go to the Google Play Store or Apple, because this is available for Apple. And when you go to it, so it's going to be the top two. They're actually orange. I think it's coming across the screen as yellow. But USB Camera Pro will probably be the one that you want because it's going to take the ads out of it. It is $5 for it. Don't get me wrong, the USB-C, there's the non-pro, it still works. If you have a bigger tablet, then it'll work. But even when you go into full screen, which I'll show you here in just a minute, you'll have just a little advertisement at the top, which if you're using this, depending on what you're using it for, is going to be, you know, if you want to get the pro or non-pro version. And of course, in the hardware section, I forgot to put in there your screen, whatever you have. If you have a little bitty screen that you got, I'm going to try to remember to, or I'm going to see if I can find this back in my Amazon, because I ordered this like 4 years ago. It's been like 6-7 months since I've used it, but I'm fixing to install it on my PC. But your screen. So this is everything that you need. I mean, again, if you have an old laptop or tablet, then you don't need to go buy you a screen. Unless you don't want to do it this way and you just want to use the screen for a sensor panel. And of course, if you've bought or if you want to buy a little panel, like a little 7-8 inch screen like this right here off of Amazon, then you'll need that. And I saw in the intro, I said Fire Stick. I don't feel like taking all that apart. My Google Play or Google TV, excuse me, my Google TV was sitting right here. This thing is dog water. Don't ever buy one. Go get a Fire Stick. Don't get the Google TV. Literally, this thing is dog water. All right, so I'm going to jump into it. So what I have here, I was talking about a Fire Stick, but again, I'm going to use my Google. So I'm turn my laptop or my laptop. Turn the tablet on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up USB camera. Okay. So here's my USB camera. It's open. And then I'm going to connect this to here. And then I'm going to power it up. Power up my Google Chrome. So right now, as soon as I plugged in the video capture card, it automatically gives me my TV signal. So it's telling me that it has signal. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to power up the Google TV and voila. So here it is, you know, got the controller right here. Here's my Google TV. Oh, I can go through, do different things. Again, like I said, I tried using this Google TV, but it was trash. So that's one reason why to use, you know, a tablet. The main reason why I use it though is for a sensor panel. So, you know, you can have something like this going on for your sensor panel, or you can have something like this for your sensor panel. This go around though, I'm not going to be using this for my sensor panel. I'm actually going back to my smaller screen. I'm going to try to install it actually in my PC whenever I redo it this week. I think I have a spot where it might get to be installed, and I'm going to try to install it. So I'll go from there. But anyways, let me show you, you know, hooking the sensor panel up to the tablet and what all in order there is to do it to your tablet and get it connected to your PC. All right, so just to show you, I only got two sources right here. Got my two main monitors. So all you need now is either USB-A to USB-C or USB-C to USB-C cable. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and plug that into my tablet. All right, so tablet's on. And then what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to open up Space Desk. Okay, so I opened up Space Desk on here. So it's all open. So now I'm going to go over to the computer and do the same thing. I'm going to open up Space Desk. So we're going to make sure Android cable is on. We have 0 here. So now what we're going to do, and you have to make sure some tablets or devices, so this one here, which is kind of stupid on this one, I have to, every time I plug a USB device in here, I got to go to my settings. Then I got to type in USB. And then I got to allow the file transfer. It doesn't pop up at the bottom. You want to allow and always allow the USB file transfer. So I have to come in here and I have to manually open it up every time to do the transfer. Because the minute I do it, it's everything. So USB preferences. So this device file transfer. And then now it's going to go in and connect. So we have Android on. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my display. And there's my monitor right there. And there's my monitor. Well, there's my monitor right there. I was sitting there looking at the computer. Thought I had it on the screen, sorry. And then there's my monitor right there. And again, I'm only going to be showing just a little bitty sensor panel. It's nothing that's done. I'm going to be redoing my sensor panel. I'm not going to go make this fancy one just for this video. Sorry. This is just to show what you can do with, you know, you have things laying around. So say you didn't even want to use it as a sensor panel, then you can actually have it as another monitor. So we just went and pulled up a little YouTube. And again, you know, I can sit here, close it out. If I can see, go ahead and close out that window. And I mean, there's all my stuff at the bottom. You can see all my icons down here. So again, that's another monitor that's sitting there, and your computer sees it as a monitor. So everything's here. I can do 1080 or 1920 by 1200 on this thing. What else we got? I got 60 frames, 8-bit, so everything's here for it. So everything sees it, but I believe NVIDIA, I don't know if AMD graphics sees it, but everything sees it instead of, because it's coming through the USB-C. Intel Arc does not even see it. All right, so next up, I'm going to use my cell phone, or my old cell phone. It's a S22 Ultra Samsung. So this one here, I have a little bit different. I have HDMI straight into the back of the PC, into that USB capture card, and then USB capture card here. And I'm actually going to use that USB-C camera hub instead for this one right here. Not Space Desk at all for this one. All right, so now I have it on my phone. So again, if I want to use, say, like AIDA64 for my sensor panel and use my phone for it, then I can do that. Let me bring it over to it. Let me show you. Like I said, I'm not going to do too much, fancy nothing on the sensor panel. But there again, now this is on my phone. This is just going to the HDMI, and I'm using, again, the USB-C 3 or the USB camera app. This is the paid version of the USB-C or USB camera app. Again, you can also use, your screen like this right here, which is what I'm actually going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect this screen here now and put my HDMI in it. Because it goes over there, so my cable's a little bit shorter. I didn't want a lot of cables everywhere. And again, you can get little screens like this for like literally 35, 40 bucks on Amazon. That's what this one out here was. So let me get over and beep. So if you notice, it didn't fit on every other screen, but here we go. It fits on this one out here. And then I'm going to come through here. I'm going to change the background. And of course I got to put all my colors in it because this was for an older processor that I use. This is just a template for AIDA64, or excuse me, AIDA64. AIDA. People say it different ways. To me, it's AIDA. AID is aid, and then an A behind it, AIDA. But anyway, sensor panels, they're really nice to have, especially a lot of people that are running a one monitor setup. A one monitor setup with just a little, and you don't have the desk space, a one monitor setup with a little bitty 7 or 8 inch. I mean, again, on top of your PC, you can, I can throw up that, that tablet, that 11-inch tablet on top of there, and I just had like a dirty screen, basically. It had just my GPU temp and voltage, and then my CPU temp and voltage, and that was pretty much it. And I just had it up there for a little while, just to play around with it. All right, give me just a sec, and I'm going to open up AIDA64 and show you a little bit about AIDA64 and these sensor panels right here. All right, so whenever you open up AIDA64, this is what you're greeted to. I suggest everybody to go to the G2A or CD keys, or find somewhere where you can find the key code for this. I got mine off of G2A. It's a lot better to buy one, to get a paid one instead of just a trial. You get a lot more. So like, for instance, I can come in here, I can benchmark, or I can see certain things. I can do benchmarks in here. So let me go to benchmark. So I can stress test whatever I want to stress test in here. I can do a memory, benchmark. I can see what my latency, what my memory is. I can do everything like that in here. But the biggest thing that we're going to do is we want a sensor panel. So when you come in here, you want to go to preferences. Let me go ahead and get this off the screen so I'm not confusing anybody. So you want to come in here, you want to go to file, you want to go to preferences. So the first thing you want to do is show sensor panel. You want to keep this on the topmost window once you get your sensor panel set up. Prevent sensor panel from being minimized. You want to lock the position. Again, right now, if I lock it, then I can't move it from screen to screen. I'm not going to be able to move it. You want to enable your context menu and pause any updates during full screen mode. Make sure that you know your panel size. So if you have a 1920 by 1080, make sure you have an 800 by 600. Make sure that you're putting it here. I don't have my panel connected right now, so it will show up here if it's once it's detected, or I could use one of my monitors right now. So when you're done with that, you just hit apply and then you're done in here. That's it for in here. Now, once you do that, because now you done showed the sensor panel, I can go ahead and minimize that one. Now you're at your sensor panel. Now, once you're in here, it's gonna look totally different. Honestly, I don't know how to make it look stock again, but you're gonna right click and you can modify anything that's on this page or the image. So you can modify your image. It will take some getting used to and some learning curves to go through here. So sensor panel manager, this is where I go. I already have a couple that are imported. So one of my very first ones back in 2013. Here's my first one. There's my first ever sensor panel that I ever made. It was right there. That's my first one I ever did. But if you go, I'll try to remember to leave links down below. I'll leave links to where you can go download some of these templates. I mean, that one's really nice. It's way too big for what I need. But I mean, whoever did it, they did a really good job. But you can make your own. And, or like me, what I like to do, I like to go find one that's my size. And I go in, which is this one right here. I'll come in here, and now I'm going to come in here and I'll adjust everything. I'm going to rename it. So he says 9700K, DDR4, which I have DDR5. I'm going to come in here and I'll customize everything to my liking and change things around. That's how you do, if you have an extra tablet or something laying around, this is things that you can do with them. Again, it's just something to throw out there. I mean, if you have an old phone or something, it's nice to have that extra monitor, and it's nice to have something like this. And me personally, I believe everybody should have a sensor panel or a way of viewing your temps. That way, if anything's going wrong with your system, you can see it. So, anyways, I'm Thomas with Tomology. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch y'all in the next one.